Yo guys, today I'm going to teach you how to master Monza on F1 2025. First of all, we're going to do a slow speed lap analysing every corner around the track. Then how do I adjust the time trial world record setup to be usable in an online race. Finishing off the video with a full speed qualifying lap example and my ERS strategy included. So turn 1, braking at the 100-meter board. You can brake 110, 120 meters before the corner, but for me the 100-meter board is pretty risky, but it is the fastest way to go around the circuit. 2 wheels up and over the inside curbing here, but it's absolutely pivotal to be completely precise with your input. Otherwise, if you only go 2 wheels and clunk the orange part of the curbing, then the car is going to fly up into the air and you're going to lose a lot of grip because of that. The same is true here. If you touch the orange part of the curbing, the car is going to fly up in the air and you're going to lose a lot of grip and performance as a natural result. So just 2 wheels on the red, white and green part of the curbing is the perfect way to go through corner 2. On the exit here, do not take the exit curbing as it's going to rattle the car around. Just get as close to that white line as possible for maximum traction advantage. Following right-hander, I said following twice there, excuse me. Anyway, getting back to the point, through this right hander, get as close to this white line as possible and hug the grass all the way through. The reason for doing that is minimizing the distance down this straight and approaching sector 2. There is not a distinct marker board reference for this braking zone that's oh so difficult, but braking sort of 75, 80 meters for the corner is a good way to go about it. Then going down into 4th gear. I like 4th gear through here as it keeps the car more stable, more planted, and it helps me to be more precise over these inside curbings. Ideally, you get 2 wheels over this orange part of the curbing, exactly the same as corner 1 on this track. And if you go a little bit wider, the car will be thrown up into the air and you're going to lose a lot of grip because of that. Over the following right-hander though, you just want 2 wheels on the orange part of the curbing. The same is true if you bottom out over that curbing, it's going to be a disaster. So I like to just take 2 wheels on it, then use the maximum track usage on the exit of the corner to be opening up the track. Momentarily, you will go up into 7th gear for this right-hander. There is not a braking reference for this corner, so you're just going to be dabbing the brake just about here. I would say about a car length behind that sort of run-off area to the left-hand side. Just here would be A-OK. Down into 6th gear, and you're looking for a middle to late apex clipping point. A clipping point is the point that you reach your apex, so just keep that in mind. So looking for a mid to late point that you want to reach the apex curbstone, and the reason for that is the radius of the corner gets quite tight as you're going through it. So if you go for an early apex, you're going to lose out on a lot of track usage, whereas if you go for a mid to late, it's optimal for the whole track usage around the corner. 2 wheels on the outside curbing here, and then you're going to be keeping the car in 6th. The reason I like to keep the car in 6th and not go up to 7th, if you go up to 7th, then you have to do a double downshift for this following right-hander, and then if you just go and keep it in 6th, you only have to do 1 downshift into 5th, and that means the car stability is less affected and you have better car grip overall to be more precise with this following right-hander. Notice I said precise a lot in this video so far, and that's because Monza is all about being precise with your inputs. The track is very short, the lap time is very short as well, so any marginal gains you can have is so important. 2 wheels on the green part of the inside curbing here. Then again on the exit you have to be a bit careful, because if you go here and put the middle of the car where the white line is, you're going to bottom out and lose a lot of grip because of that. So just 2 wheels on top of that white line or just on the astroturf is going to be perfection on the exit there. Onto the back straight, open up the DLS, keep the car to the left hand side, past the pasta advertising board, my favourite. In all of F1 sponsors, I love a pasta sponsor. Anyway, getting into Ascari here, starting sector 3. Not a distinct marker board for you to be braking with, but 60 meters before the corner is where you want to go. You kind of just want to be visualizing a car length ahead of where the 50-meter board or where the curb starts on the right hand side is, and that would be the ideal place to be braking. down into 6th gear here to keep the minimum speed higher and go as close to these inside sausage curbs as possible, right up to the limit of the track usage is the ideal way to go through this corner. Commit back to the throttle on the exit, keeping full power, then going through the right-hander. Ideally, you do not want to jump up and over these inside curbings, as it's just going to slow you down. So on the exit here and into the middle of Ascari, and then you just want to be on the green, exiting off the curbing here, then easily flat out through the final left-hander, and then opening up the corner on the exit. Approaching the final corner of the lap, where there's a little bit of a glitch and a bit of a game bug, I believe, but we'll talk about that in just a second. First of all, we're going to be speaking about the braking reference marker, and that's going to be where the AstroTurf is ending on the left-hand side of the track, and then you're going to be going down into 6th gear for this right-hander. Speaking about the glitch that we mentioned though, as you can see right now, there's a little bit of dirt on the road. If you can just see that just ahead of the car, maybe if we go into nose camera, there you go, just to the left of the HUD, there's a bit of dirt on the track. And if you drive over this dirt, then it is going to pick up on the tyre as we're going through the left-hander. Well, through the left-hander into the right-hander, I should say. And as you can see, just driving over this, now it starts picking up. So I'm not driving on the grass at all. I'm very close to the grass, but you can see we are on the white line and never actually touching the grass at all. So this is why you can randomly spin when driving on Monza in the final corner, because there's a bit of this glitch, a bit of a game bug, that you can pick up this bit of grass if you're using all the track on the entry. So just keep that in mind, and probably leave about a quarter of a tyre width to the white line in this segment of the corner to avoid being caught out by the grass on the tyre. Through the right-hander, and then I forget what this corner is even called even more, to be honest, anymore. They changed it quite a lot in the recent years. I think it was called Parabolica before, what I think is the true name, in my opinion, if I am correct in saying Parabolica. It's way more fun to say anyway. But getting back to the point of the track guide, and we are going to be 2 wheels on the outside part of the green here. If you go fully on the green, the car will bottom out, and then through the following straight here, rounding off the lap in Monza, and you want to be as close to the white line as possible. Don't go over the white line, because if you do it, you will invalidate your lap, as you can see right now at the top of the screen. And then just minimizing the distance to the start-finish line, and then we're going to be adjusting the setup. Doing this lap very quickly today because I did already record this video, but to be honest, the microphone quality was trash, and we are currently, I think we should be into Q2 in the Hungarian qualifying GP, and I really want to watch qualifying. So I'm just getting this video re-recorded with a better microphone quality before I go back to watching qualifying, and you can have this Monza track guide today. So with that being said, this is the time trial world record setup, going through it right now. So it's pretty good overall. Something I would immediately change though is going to be 55% on the braking bias, 54% on that as well. If you are suffering with some front locking, then yeah, that's just a good balance to go with. Speaking about the tire pressure, I would probably go lowest on this, just to get better traction out of the corners. If you are worried about the tires overheating, then you can probably go to like 22 on the rear. In a very extreme case, then you can go to 23 as well. But yeah, I would advise going lowest on the tire pressure here to keep the traction in the car. The rest of the setup is pretty good, but I would also say 25, maybe 30 on the off-throttle differential to keep stability in the rear axle as you're going through the corners as well. And with that being said, let's head over to the full speed qualifying lap example, including my ERS strategy. So yeah, let's jump on board and see you over there. How to master Monza on F1 2025. Out of the final corner, once you get to 8th gear, enable the overtake button and the DLS combination burning down to 80%. Turn 1, braking at the 100-meter board, 2 wheels on the inside curbing to open up corner 2. Maximize the traction capability and hug the inside white line while burning the battery down all the way to 60%. The reason you want to hug the inside white line is to minimize distance down this straight. Opening up sector 2, braking 75 meters before the corner, clump over the inside curbings and burn the battery down to 60%. Down 1 gear into the the right-hander, back, full attack on the power, and then down one more gear for the following right here to open up the back straight here in the Temple of Speed Monza. DLS enabled and burning the battery down to 35%. Into Ascari, opening up sector 3, braking 60 meters before the corner, throwing the car over the inside curbing, and enabling that overtake button down until 15% here on this straight. The braking zone for the final corner is where the AstroTurf ends on the left hand side, down into 6th gear and smash the throttle pedal, using up all the road available. Keep the car to the inside to minimize distance, running up to the start finish line, and this is your lap here in Monza. We've done a 117.286, and we're going to be doing a 25.7, a 25.6, and a 25.8 to round out the lap. So I've been Brendon Leigh. Hopefully this video has been informative, helpful, and enjoyable to watch as well. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Grazie ragazzi. Ciao, ciao. Bye, bye.